So my name is Flavobacterium columnare, and I am going to tell you about the most important things about me. I am gram negative. I have different types of virulencies that could affect the thickness of my capsule. Basically, I could be either highly virulent or not so virulent, and that, as stated before, affects how thick my capsule can be. Um, my appearance is I am yellow because of the flexirubin pigments that you can see to the picture on the right. I can either grow in rhizoid colonies with filaments extending outwards. Those filaments are actually fibrillar structures that are found in the gap between the outer membrane and the mucopeptide layer. And basically, those fibrillar structures help my motility, help me move, and it also allows me to adhere to structures and also helps me colonize host tissues. And I will talk about that a little later on. Another thing is that if you were to zoom in on my colony, you would see that I am long and thin, and uh, basically I look like a rod. If you can look at the picture to the left, at the very bottom, there's the long thin rods there that can also be my shape. My role in the ecosystem is basically I affect freshwater fish. There's all kinds of fish that I can infect, like koi carps, salmon, tilapia, any freshwater fish that can be found in freshwater environments. I can colonize them. And basically, my role is to um, in, infect these organisms and take over. Um, and how do I reproduce? So I reproduce through binary fission. Basically, that's an asexual reproduction. Um, basically, first my chromosomes replicate inside my nucleus, and my nucleus replicates, and then the rest of my cell um, replicates. If you look at the figure to the right, you can see all types of colonies that I can grow into. A is just again the long thin rods. So is B. C and D are the rhizoid colonies with some of the long thin rods on the outside. And E and F, you can see that the fibrillar structures are starting to show. And basically, like I said before, those allow for motility to happen. So one thing that I want to talk about is that I have friends that I call E. coli, Salmonella, and F. psychrophyllum. We all have rod-like shapes, and we also grow in rhizoid colonies. F. psychrophyllum is yellow, so it's very closely related to me. All of them are all of us are gram negative, which is another reason why we're very evolutionarily close. Um, F. psychrophyllum would technically be my cousin because we're both part of the same Flavobacteriaceae family, and we're best friends. My favorite foods are organic matter found in water, like nitrite. There are other organic compounds that I like to eat. They're found in freshwater ponds. Where do I live? So I said before that I live in freshwater ponds inside fish, and basically I colonize host tissues in there. Another map of where I live, a few studies have shown that I can be found in Finland. Basically, there are different lakes that were able to isolate um, me and a couple of other of flavobacteriums. Um, and if you look to the left, you can see on the fish where I live. That would be a stickleback area where I can colonize um, the stickleback tissue, as they would call it, or I could also colonize the gill tissues, as I said before. One thing I will note is that I like to be in warmer temperatures, mostly because that's how I can grow faster. It helps me reproduce much faster, and it feels very nice to be there. And that's it.